So how are things going so far in the spring?
It's going well, man. Just the biggest thing is the building stage. You know what I mean? You get guys coming in from, this school, that school. So we remolding the whole team. So the biggest thing is just trying to get what you can get out these guys. You know what I mean? Just get them on the same page. We speak one message, and the biggest thing is getting all these guys on one boat. You know what I mean? Because we got to learn who each guy is, learn how each guy work. And that's the biggest thing is figuring that out through, going through the schematics and things like that. So it's been great, you know what I mean? We just want to continue to grow and take it step by step. Now we just finished the spring ball segment. We got one more day, and then we'll lead off into the summer, and then fall camp, and then we'll hit the road running.
Yeah, how are the wide receivers looking overall?
Everybody doing pretty good. I feel like everybody showed what they can do at their best on certain days. Obviously you always want to be more consistent day to day, but I feel like every guy had their days where they showed up. You know what I mean? So everybody just iron, sharpening iron. Biggest thing, trying to get those guys to mold together and then compete for each other while they doing the same job, just competing for the same job. You know what I mean? So the biggest thing is everybody we got a great room. We got no guys in the room that's really more worried about themselves. That's the biggest thing you try to weave out, but we don't have that issue right now. So we're trying to mold these guys, get them at their best day to day.
Yeah, who are some of the guys that have stood out over the course of spring?
I would say a guy that made an early impact that stayed steady was Baron Tipton. You know what I mean? He do a great job. He's a bigger guy, using his body and things like that. You had guys like Josiah Martin step in, give us some speed aspect out there in a wide out position. Corey Miller and Justice Stevenson stepped up and did some things that was impactful for us as well. Dalton Carnes, he stepped up and made some plays. James Tyree, just the whole room. I think everybody doing a great job at creating their own plays and creating explosives when they need to. But obviously, at the end of the day, as a coach, I'm gonna want more day to day. The biggest thing is getting consistency out of each guy day to day.
What are just some of the biggest things you think you guys grow on this spring? It's kind of as you guys wrap up the spring slate here.
The biggest thing is probably just, it's more of the connection piece. I think that's the biggest thing is just connecting these guys, leaning on each other, having them just mold and be one. I think you start there first, and then the rest will start trickling down to take care of itself.
And then for you personally, just coming integrating with this new coaching staff, how was it just getting here in Denton, getting to North Texas, and this first spring for you? Man,
it's been great. I'm just glad to be back. The biggest thing, Coach Brown gave me an opportunity to come back to my alma mater. You know what I mean? So I can't complain about that. And then it was an easy transition for me. Our whole staff, everybody just molded together. We gelled together immediately. Feel like we've been working with each other for a while now. You know what I mean? So biggest thing like that, you can't complain when you're in buildings with great people. That's the biggest thing. We have great people, great man, great young man, great women in the building. So I can't complain at all, man. It's great.
Yeah, working with Dozier Dean, what's he been like to kind of work with the receivers?
Man, it's been great. Dean, he bring a different aspect, to the game. He's real sharp. You know what I mean? He's real sharp. You can tell he's been at places like Alabama, been at Texas, and things like that. So, I'm older than Dean by a little bit, but I use him to extension of me, and we just keep on make sure we sharpening each other. That's the biggest thing. I love working with him. He give me pointers, I give him pointers, and we do a great job, I believe, working together and just gelling that thing together, getting this thing going.
Yeah, what's it like to be back?
Man, it's great. I feel like I haven't left. You know what I mean? I went from playing here, G8 here in 2022. Now I'm back, so it's like it's my second home outside of being from Houston. I'm back home. My wife's from here, and we just can't complain, man. It's just been great. We've been blessed for this opportunity, and we definitely won't take it for granted.
Was this kind of the plan, to eventually come back here as a coach?
Definitely. I always said, man, if I get an opportunity to come back to North Texas, I would do it in a heartbeat. I'd drop whatever and come back and do it. And God gave me the opportunity. We prayed about it. Didn't know when, obviously, when it was going to happen, but it definitely happened faster than we thought it would happen just for us and on this journey right now.
Did she go to school here?
She did. She played volleyball here. She did. That's correct.
Yeah. What's her name?
Mackenzie McLean.
Okay, I've heard
yes,
of
sir.
Mackenzie.
Yes, sir.
And how's UNT changed just since you've been?
It changed in a little different aspects. The school part of it, me kind of dealing with the kids and understand how school work now is definitely night and day from when I was a student here. Mm-hmm. Now it's just more on the football aspect of it. I see both sides. So obviously I've seen it as a player, seen it as a coach twice now. So it's just different. I think it just depends on year to year. I think every year, no matter where you are, the building and the atmosphere gonna change a little bit, but not much has drastically changed, but just the minor things. But it changed for the better, I would say, the things that are differently.
Yeah, I mean, how did you end up being a wide receivers coach? When when you were here, you were taking guys' heads off as a safety.
I think the biggest thing when I first got my opportunity to coach, Brian Ellis gave me my first job at Georgia Southern, and all they had was receivers. So I was like, hey man, I don't care what it is. It can be O-line, it can be D-line. I just want an opportunity to get in the building and start my college coaching career. And that's what stuck with me, and I grew to love it. And then me personally, offense was never foreign to me. I played it in high school, played it my whole life. So it was an easy transition for me, honestly. Like I said, obviously you got to learn the other side of the game, how to coach it, you know what I mean? So it wasn't crazy for me, but I enjoy it. I get the question all the time, like, how you coach receivers, you play DB. But it's like, man, give me whatever you got, I'm going to get it figured out in general.
Well, and the guys have said, because we've asked them about it, some of the receivers came through like Barron, and they talk about just the fact that your background as a defensive back helps you give them some insight into like what defensive backs are thinking. Has that really helped you?
Correct. I try to give them guys a game of like coverage, leverage, things like that. Just understanding that pre-snap, this guy have to be here. He have to be here. They might show you a little adjustment and try to disguise something, but at the end of the day, he have to be in this spot. He have to be in this spot. He have to play it this way. This is where his help is. So try to give those guys those knowledge that I have since I've actually been in that position on the other side and give them that insight on that. And I think, everywhere I've been, I gave that game that way to my receivers, and I think it helped and it show up, at times.
Well, you were part of some successful teams here, and, this place is coming off just a terrific year, one of its best years ever. Did you have some confidence that this place had the potential to keep that going when you came back?
Definitely. Like when Seth Luttrell got here, my junior year, we went to a bowl game. Then my senior year, went to a bowl game. And after I left, it would just continue to get better and better and better. And, obviously last year, those guys had a great run, 12-2. That's hard to get done, you know what I mean? Especially at a place like this when you got a lot of things going on, year to year. So again, we just here now to take on that challenge. We're excited about it, and why not do it again?
Yeah, and I mean, you're here with Coach Brown. We're kind of, working on some stories on him. He's got that background as a teacher. What's it been like to work with him over the course of the short time that you've been here?
The biggest thing that I love and enjoy with Coach Brown is he played the wide out position. Me, in particular, like, I listen to what he's saying, a lot of knowledge coming from him. So pretty much in that building, those guys have 3 receivers coaches. You have myself, Coach Dean, Coach Brown. So it's like it should be no issue, you know what I mean? But he give me everything he has. That's the biggest thing that I love about Coach Brown. He empty the tank and give me everything he has as far as not just receiver play, just the game, situation, how he thinking, his thought process. Because obviously, every coordinator, head coach, think differently. So just hearing him and understanding, hey, I understand why he's been at places he's been and had success, because he's a sharp guy, and I can't complain to be under a guy, to be led by him.
Yeah, and he's got the background as a teacher, which we're going to talk about in the story we're writing about.
Right.
Do you kind of see that aspect of his background, or do you feel like he's a good teacher because
Definitely.
of that background?
Definitely, because when he explain everything, it's thorough, it's clear, it's one way. He don't give you any gray areas, so that's the biggest thing. You can't complain about that, having no gray area. He does a great job of just giving you straight black and white. Ain't no in between. So he does a great job of leading us as coaches that way as well. And obviously, we need to translate that the way he's saying things, speaking the same language. That's the biggest key. So speaking his language down to our players is the biggest thing. He make it clear for us, we make it clear for them. And now it's time for those players to go execute that.
Yeah, and Tipton's so tall. I mean, he's sitting there like 6'5". Does that give you kind of a different element there to play with?
Definitely. I would say because he's a guy, I think he did a better job going through the spring from day one to today of understanding how to play big. He was, when I first got here, he was one of the be sweet and nice with his feet and things like that. But I'm like, hey, that's nice and all that you can do that. But you would probably be a little bit better, in your play when you play big, while you have an aspect of having the ability to use your feet as well. Now you're a different type of guy. So he's adjusting to that. We're going to continue to work on that through the spring, the rest of the spring, through the summer, obviously all the way through the fall, and just continue that. I expect that guy, honestly, to be an all-conference guy if he continue to stay on the pace that he's on right now.
Yeah. How's it going, man, with running backs in spring practice as you get closer to spring game?
We've made progress. From day 1 to today being day 14, we've made progress. We got some guys that's been out, that's been injured. So it's been bad on their behalf not to get the reps that they need. It's been great on some other guys' behalf, getting the ample amount of reps to get better in all the areas we need to improve on. So I like the progress we've made. We still got a ways to go, but I like the progress we've made thus far.
Yeah, and when you talk about injuries, one of the guys that came in that working his way back for injury was Jaheim.
Right.
How's he doing?
Right, and we knew his injury obviously coming in. He's going to be injured, but he's ahead of schedule. He's doing well. He actually got out there today, first time in actual live team periods, and ran around, which is really good to see. I let him go one-on-ones with linebackers, and this was the first time in the live segment where he's changed direction, and it was good to see. It's great for his confidence. He looks good, so just continue with his rehab and get him back. Because if we get him back 100% healthy, he's special.
Yeah, is he on track to get to that point?
He's on track. He's on track, and it was great for him to see. That was great for his confidence today to go out there live. He's been with the trainers doing a lot, and he's done pre-practice stuff with walk-through settings. But today to go out there today in a live setting, in the one-on-one period, was good for his confidence.
Who else is going to be involved in that rotation as you head in?
Well, right now we're still trying to figure out who's going to be involved in rotation. Brendan Haygood is a special talent. Now he got hurt the first day of practice, so he's missed a lot of reps, a lot of days of practice. But the couple of days he's come back on a limited basis. He showed big time flash. Like even today. Today he got some work in today, and he showed some flash. He finds a way to break runs. He's still got to improve in the pass game, particularly protection, but he can run the football. Jaden Bex has been. When I want to say huge surprise because I say this. I ain't know a lot about him. Obviously, I know he's fast coming in. So when I say most of a surprise, it's been great, enlightening to see him be more than just a speed back. He's showing the ability to pick up the blitz. He's catching the ball really well, and he's really improved his route running. And so, I'm really excited. That was really huge for me to see. He didn't play, a lot last year, if at all. And so to see him come in and take advantage of the reps he's had to showcase his ability in all three of those areas has been huge for us. I like how he's looked this spring. Nick Osho's been the guy that's come in. This is the highest level of ball he's played in. And so to see where he was day one to where he is right now, and and the plays he's made and the physicality he's shown here toward the end and his ability to catch the ball and just have awareness of what's going on in the game, it's been great.
Well, Jaden was kind of buried last year on the depth chart, and he was in the portal for a while. When he came back and got re-involved with the team here, did he just kind of, pick things up really quickly and advance as a player?
Well, first of all, I told him to come in and be himself. Come in, learn it. He's played the game before. My coach style, we keep the easy. So, allow him to go out there and don't flinch, don't think, go play football. So he's been one of the guys that's capitalized on the other guys, being out with injury, and he's got ample amount of reps. And every rep he's taken, he's gotten that much better because his confidence has increased that much more, and he's made plays because of it. Now he's just got to, at this point right now, he just has to remain consistent.
Yeah, and you've obviously got a background with Coach Brown.
Mm-hmm.
What's he like to work with, and what do we need to know about him as a person? What can you tell us about him?
He's great to work with. He's we're very similar in a lot of ways. Very detailed oriented. He likes to say attention to detail. I like to say scrupulous, extreme attention to detail. But very detail oriented. Just a guy that's gonna play the guys that's gonna produce. Gonna do a phenomenal job developing the guys on and off the football field. Gonna continuously in every regard try to find a way to build connectivity on and off the football field, so guys can be that much stronger on the field and play for one another. So we go play for championship, which we all want to compete for and play for. And he's the guy that one of the best things I love about him. He's hard on the greatest players, and that's what it need to be, because the guys that are great players need to play great, and then the guys that may not be on the level of those guys need to understand what it takes to be at that level, and when they get coached that hard, that not think they're getting picked on because the guys that with the greatest talent getting coached the same regard. But he demands the best out of everybody, coaches and players alike, and I love it.
Is that what has made him successful over his career? He's had the successful stop at Troy. He did really well at West Virginia for a while. Is that kind of what made him successful, or what did you see that made him so?
He's always dissatisfied. Ain't nothing too good enough. I love this quote. It's this quote that says, "Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better, your better is best." So if every rep, if every play, if every action you take ain't best, it ain't good enough. And that's the fire he coaches with. That's the fire he comes to the staff meeting with. That's the fire he comes to the team meeting room with. It's the fire he comes in the practice field with. And it's every rep you guys out there, you see it from the time he steps on the field to the end of practice. Even right there toward the end of practice, he's on it. And that's the mindset.
Yeah, we've been asking, or at least I have throughout the course of spring, just about his background so that we can kind of build a feature story on him. And I'm kind of interested in the fact that he comes from a family of teachers. How have you seen that background kind of help him during the course of his career?
Well, the educational part, because we're all teachers, you know. As coaches, we're all teachers, and so that his family background, you know, having the educational background has helped him. As tough as he is on us guys, he still does a phenomenal job of teaching the game, getting them to understand not just what they have responsibility-wise per play, per concept, but to understand the situations and where they can understand it and go out there and execute it without flinching, without thinking.
Just one question, Coach. What are just some of the biggest things you think you guys have improved upon as a running back room this spring?
The biggest thing we've improved upon is the ability, our playmaking ability in space, one-on-one situations, and pass protection.
All right, good. Well, thanks, man. So you guys are getting closer to the spring game here. It's going to be tomorrow. So how has the spring progressed for you guys as a team?
As a team, I just feel like it's progressed really, really good and really fast. I mean, we talk about just from a gelling standpoint, just from a brotherhood standpoint. I mean, everything's going good. And in the defense, I just feel like everybody's on the same page. It's fast, physical. Guys are flying around, making plays. I mean, just having a whole lot of new guys. I mean, we got a lot of older guys too, so it's a lot of vets. So they know what it takes to just to mesh well and just knowing how to practice. So I feel like everything's going good right now.
Yeah, and you guys have a pretty rebuilt defensive line. Has that group come together, and who are some of the guys that have stood out to you over the course of this spring?
Pretty much everybody in the room. Everybody's good at something different. Just guys like Terrell Washington and guys like Zoe. I mean, Christian Lorenzo, Wesley Hudson. I mean, Curly Thomas. I mean, pretty much everybody in the room has something really good. But the way I feel about everybody is just everybody likes to work. You know what I mean? So whatever they're not good at, they're willing to work for it. I mean, and our defensive line coach, one of the best in the country, just to be able to just being to prepare us. I mean, just from all the work we put in the off season. I mean, from January to now. I mean, it's all paying off in practice. I mean, you turn the tape, it's just guys flying around making plays, guys using their hands, guys getting off blocks, making plays in the backfield. So I feel like everybody's doing pretty good.
Yeah, one of the guys I was kind of interested in about is the transfer safety from McNeese, Brandon Jones. Have you gotten to know him since he's gotten here? What's it been like to play?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Brandon Jones, I mean, great guy. I mean, hard worker, especially in the weight room during the offseason. Very hard worker, talented guy. I mean, ever since we stepped on the field, he's been making plays, just big play left and right. So it just, I'm excited to play with him. Just it brings a lot of energy to the team. I mean, just fun to be around.
Not a real big guy.
Yeah.
Does he play bigger than his size, or how does he translate that to playing at such a high level?
Definitely plays bigger than his size, but at the end of the day, football is not really about your size, it's about your heart. So I just feel like he's a guy that has a lot of heart. I mean, he works hard, and that's really all you need in this game. That's it.
And one thing we've kind of heard a lot about throughout the spring is just this offensive line and how experienced they are. You're going up against guys like Chandler in practice. How is that kind of iron sharpening iron being able to?
I mean, definitely just iron sharpening iron. Just I feel like every day is just you got to come with your hard hat on, ready to work, because you don't want to get knocked off that ball, and you don't want nobody shoot. I mean, it's a physical game, and our O-line very physical. We got guys like Chandler, of course, Johnny, Henry, Nito. All them boys, they big, physical, you know what I mean? So it's very good to get working against those guys, because I feel like we got one of the best offensive linemen in the American Conference. Just being in the conference last year, just being at ECU, I mean, just being around the conference, just seeing the amount of talent we have on the O-line is good to see, because you want to know when you go out there on Saturday that your O-line will be able to block the other team. You know what I mean? You want to know that you prepared to go out in the game and strike dudes and get off blocks. So I feel like they're getting us ready.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about ECU. Just what did something that Coach Brown either said or something about this team that made you want to come over here to UNT?
I mean, I got a really good relationship with Coach Brown. He recruited me in high school. So, I mean, I had a lot of different opportunities in the portal, but just already having an established relationship with Coach Brown, it was very appealing to come here and just get to work. I mean, that's really was the biggest thing.
Yeah, and then as a defensive line group as a whole, what are some things you think you guys have improved upon a lot from this spring?
Definitely just getting off the rock and just being disruptive. I feel like we've done a very good job being disruptive this spring, creating a lot of havoc in the backfield, TFL, sacks. I mean, if you look at the Super Bowl, I mean, look at the Seahawks D line. I mean, it starts up front, it starts in the trenches. So I feel like the biggest thing that we really improved upon this spring is just knowing what to do and just executing it at a high level. And I feel like everybody in the room is doing a good job at that right now.
You mentioned Coach Brown. What is it about Coach Brown that you really like that made you want to come here and play for him?
I mean, just his pedigree. I mean, just the hard work he put in every day. Like this spring, like it wasn't easy at all. It was hard, but like at the end of the day, like he's bought in. He's bought into everybody in the program, and he bought into all the players. So I mean, just it's easy to get behind a guy that's willing to work hard, willing to do whatever for his players. So I feel like that's the biggest thing about Coach Brown. He's just a guy that's for the players.
Yeah, we've heard a lot about his family's background as teachers. I've been asking guys this throughout the course of the spring.
Yeah.
Have you seen that kind of manifest itself in just the way he interacts with you guys, just his background, his family's background of being teachers?
Definitely. Like you want to be around a head coach that's hands on and that's not afraid to get in there and work with you and work with the players and just be able to be comfortable around your head coach. And I feel like everybody's able to be comfortable around Coach Neil Brown. I mean, just because he's a real dude, he's a stand-up guy. You know what I mean? I mean, shoot, everything starts with hard work, and he preaches that. He preaches physicality, and that's all the things that I stand for too. So it's easy to get behind a guy like that.
Is he good at imparting his knowledge to you guys?
Definitely. I mean, we have team meetings all the time where you can tell like his football knowledge is peak. I mean, he's been at a lot of places. Obviously, the head coach of West Virginia. Obviously, he was at Texas the past couple of years. So I mean, just being around a guy that's been around, you know what I mean, and just been around the game. I mean, it's good. It's a good thing to be a part of.
And he's able to share that knowledge with you guys and help you understand why he's been successful and help you guys incorporate that into what you do?
Yes, sir. Definitely. I mean, just him going as day to day. I mean, he just explains what it takes. I mean, it takes what it takes. At the end of the day, it takes hard work, preparation. Preparation is key, and just playing organized football. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that he brings. He brings everything together with just how he work from the day to day standpoint, and it's just how his football IQ. I mean, just us being able to do different situations and stuff, and just having us prepared. Like we've done a lot of different situations in the spring to just prepare us like for the fall. So I mean, it's been really good, really good to be a part of.
Yep. Sounds over. All right. Well, thanks, Justin.
Yes, sir.
How's it going heading into the spring game here?
It's going very well. The O-line is mending really well together. QB play is going really well. And offense is just coming together as a whole. And just eliminating small errors will push us forward even more, but it's going really well.
Yeah, how's that offensive line coming together?
It's going really well. I mean, a lot of the guys are really close. I know for me and myself, and me and Johnny both being from Georgia, it's like a little slice of home, us being from almost the same county, both 478 boys, and having some of those other guys just be around us, like, Barry. I've been around him since I, just got down here and introduced me around, university and Denton itself. We're a real close line group. We play in the game a lot and just hanging out in general, cookout, everything.
Yeah, they recruit you as a plug-and-play player in center. How's that working out?
I mean, it's great. I mean, I love playing center. I've been playing center for 5 years of college. Just the knowledge of the game I have in terms of defensive fronts and how many snaps I've played of just real fast, physical football, it helps those other guys out a lot and just, being in the middle of it, just trying to mend everything out.
Well, I'm sure you're the guy that's directing traffic. Is that kind of a role you've served in the past and that you're going to be serving here?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we communicate throughout the whole line. I mean, the tackles do a really good job of echoing the down calls and making sure we know, what kind of formations we have. But I do lead the point and I do call the mic on majority of the calls. But we do a good job of communicating across the whole line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Why come here for your last year?
That was a big portion of what do I want to do with my life. When I was at Georgia Southern, I was in a spot where I thought I was going to be done with football. I didn't really know where I was going to go. Coach Thurman called me and was like, hey, man, I got an opportunity for you. And with Thurman being in my back pocket and just having connections from Georgia Southern from old staff, I mean, it was just an environment that fit me here. I'm just excited for the fall.
Yep. Okay, so we'll keep going here then. So we're going to have a story about Coach. You obviously made the decision to come here to play for Coach Brown. What is it about Coach Brown that you like and that made you want to come here to play for him?
I mean, when I had my official visit with Coach Brown, he straight up told me that we need somebody to come in and lead the O-line, and that's something I took pride in. With how many snaps I've played, how many years I've played center, I know that a good O-line and a good team needs a strong O-line with a good center. And with the quarterbacks he's bringing in and the amount of awesome offensive talent he brought around me, I mean, it was a no-brainer to commit here and just be mean green.
Yeah, he's been successful at a lot of different stops over the course of his career. Why has Coach Brown been successful as you come into this program and kind of learn more about?
I mean, just his honesty. I mean, he's a real deal earth coach. I mean, he's on the ground, he's hands-on, especially with the offense. I mean, he tells us what he likes and what he doesn't like. He tells you what's good and what's bad, and he keeps it black and white. He keeps it honesty, and he's just a good coach in general. He makes it happy to be in the facility. I mean, you've heard Justin talk about how much intellect he gives us in terms of football when it comes to knowing the down and distance, knowing situational awareness. All around, his knowledge is great.
Yeah, I've been asking over the course of spring, about his family's background as a teacher, just because that seems like an interesting aspect of him. Do you feel like he's a teacher at heart, and how does that show in his coaching
Of
style?
course. I mean, I feel like more of the mentor side of it. I mean, I feel like him as well as the staff, the coaching staff he got, is more of a mentor than a teacher, showing us how to be good young men, as well as, Coach Maddox has actually helped me a lot with Coach Brown, getting Coach Maddox. Coach Maddox has helped me a lot, be good with my girlfriend, treat me how to be a better man in terms of, how a man is supposed to treat his, significant other and just others in general.
Yeah, and you guys got the spring game tomorrow. What are you
yeah.
hoping to see in the spring game?
I'm ready to go for the spring game. I'm just, ready to put on for the fans, show us what GMG has to offer. I know with the staff changes, a lot of uncertainty, but we're really ready for the season, and hopefully y'all can pack it out.
Have you guys, over the course of spring, progressed to the point as a team that you feel confident going into next season?
I mean, we definitely have some bumps and bruises like any other team, but I mean, I know this team can be a championship contender team with the amount of talent we have on offense and defensive side, with the receivers, quarterbacks, D-line, linebackers. We have so much talent across the board that we're completely fine.